Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and happy holidays regardless of what you celebrate or whether or not you celebrate anything this time of year. I hope that you just had an amazing weekend and that you was filled with love and warmth and good food. I know it's difficult because of COVID, we're not able to just go out and be with our family and friends as we would like, but I hope you were able to make the most of the time and you feel ready for 2021. You feel just mentally, emotionally, spiritually prepared to start a new year, to start it fresh, to start it with optimism and just being hopeful for what is to come. So this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that I'm thankful for this year. And with everything that has happened, I know it might be, some people could be like, oh, there's nothing to be thankful for because 2020 was trash. But in all honesty, there's so many things that I'm thankful for this year. And if 2020 hadn't been set up the way that it is, I don't know if I would have appreciated them as much at the end of the year as I do now. So, with that being said, I know not everyone's year went the same. I know different people struggle differently with everything, and you're valid in your struggle. You're valid with how you view 2020. But this is just, what I'm thankful for and what I've taken from 2020 and what I appreciated more because of 2020. So, my first thing is my family. Honestly, I don't know how I would have made it throughout 2020 without my family. It was a stressful year in many areas of life, but I had that closeness, I had that support um, with them, and it just makes me appreciate having that relationship with my family so much more. And it also makes me sad to think of people who don't have close relationships with family, or they don't have family close to them, or they have toxic families. And I look back, I look at my graduation, my job search, finding a job, the stress of like being in that in between, and just going through COVID, becoming a thing, and then it getting more and more prevalent. And I was just so stressed out this year, and my family was there for me, and I am forever grateful and just so happy that I have them and that we're as close as we are. Number 2 for me is my friend group. My friend group has shifted since the start of this year. It has shifted a lot in the past couple years, and I kind of want to do a video on friendships and knowing genuine friends and what to kind of look for in your friend group. Well, that's a whole other video. But I'm so happy for my group of friends. I'm just so blessed that I have a support system that builds me up, that checks in on me, that supports me when they can in many different ways. And they just push me to be a better person, and they just lift me up and they make sure that I'm doing good. And I've struggled a lot with friendships, and I finally feel like I'm in a place where I'm blessed with amazing friends, and I have a group that I can rely on and I can give my 100 to, knowing that they're giving me their 100 as well. Number 3, I am thankful that I graduated this year. I know a lot of people didn't get to graduate, and my heart goes out to y'all. But just keep pushing, keep striving. It'll happen. But I am so thankful that I was able to finish, and it wasn't honestly, it wasn't me. I can only say it was God. But I'm so thankful that I was able to finish my undergrad at Rars University, and that I'm finished with that chapter of my life, and I can only move on to bigger and greater things. Number 4, I am thankful for my relationship with God. Now, many people will be like, that should have been number 1, and it's not in order of like importance. It's just, in no specific order, but my relationship with God really did this during this time of COVID. But I learned to trust Him. I learned to pray. I learned to just pour it all out and to just leave it at the foot of Jesus and be like, yo, like, this is it. Take it and do what you can with it. And now, when things aren't going well, when I'm feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, I'm just like, it's beyond me. It's over me. It's I can't. So Jesus, take it and do it. So my faith, my relationship with God has grown tremendously. By no means am I perfect. By no means am I finished growing. But I can see where I was at the beginning of this year and where I'm at now. And I'm thankful that I have grown and I have learned to depend on Him so much more. Number 5. I am thankful for health, for safety, for the blessings of God. Honestly, I have a compromised immune system. And when COVID just started, I was so terrified of catching it because I was one of those people that if I did catch it or if I do catch it, my chances of like going through it and being okay are decreased. And so that really put some fear in me, and it just it affected me a lot, and I was just very fearful, which is not okay. And it took a toll on me mentally, emotionally, and it made it harder to navigate 2020, the beginning. And a lot of that was ignorance. Like, I didn't know much about the virus. I didn't know much about how to protect myself as yet. And as I learned and as I did research and I listened to the news and doctors and naturopathic doctors as well, and I just learned how to protect myself, how to put myself in the best position to be safe, to be protected. And that fear kind of decreased. I'm still being super safe, of course, for my sake, for the people that I'm living with, and just for all of us. But I'm just so thankful that myself and my family have been kept safe. No one that I know personally has like had COVID or has passed from COVID. I know my mom's coworker did, and I can tell you like their family like really struggled to make it through that, especially because social distance, you can't even come together and mourn, right? But I'm so thankful that God kept me safe. He kept my family safe. And 2020 really showed me that at the end of the day, money doesn't matter. Your car, your house, all your education, your accolades, like it doesn't matter, because COVID hit and we were all in the same boat. We were all struggling. We were all just trying to figure out life. And even if you were the richest of rich, like, you still had to deal with COVID, and that threat was still very much real to you as it is to anyone else. And it just kind of, I think, leveled the playing ground a little bit, where everyone was able to relate and go through this together. And I mean, we're still going through it, but it opened my eyes to the fact that life is meant to be lived and enjoyed, and life's too short to just live in fear, live in the unknown, the oh what ifs. To just go for it. If there's something you want to do, just go for it. If there's somebody that you need to tell that you love them, just tell them, just get it out there. Life is too short, and I think 2020 has shown us that anything can happen in this world, and we just have to live life to the best of our abilities. Do what makes you happy, do what brings you joy. And as we go into 2021, man, like, focus on you, build up yourself, make sure that you're putting your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, your spiritual health at the forefront, and that you're just loving on yourself, because it's so uncertain. Time is uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So live a life today that you're happy about, that you're happy in, that tomorrow you're looking forward to living again, to waking up to another day, because you know what, life is good. And even though things may not be perfect, even though things may not be all right, if you're able to wake up, if you're able to just do what you love, and be with the people that you love, like, that's just so much in itself to be thankful for. 2020 hasn't been exactly what I hoped it to be or wanted it to be, but in all honesty, like, it has pushed me to being a better person, to knowing myself better, and to just strive beyond what I thought was initially possible for myself. And so I am thankful for 2020. I'm thankful for the lessons, for the love that I've received, for the friendships that have blossomed, for some of the friendships that have ended too. Like, I'm thankful for those as well. I still love those people, but those friendships were not a part of God's life for my plan moving forward. And I'm just thankful for my friends. And I know it's been a tough year, but we've made it through. We've made it through, and we're gonna keep thriving in 2021. And I'm thankful for this platform and for all who watch and support my videos. And I hope that there is something that you can share that you've been thankful for, despite the type of year that you may have had. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all. Again, just remember that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are enough, and I'll see you next Sunday for my next video.